All right. We're going to skip item 2, second nature now, and go with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, item 4, opening remarks. I see both the superintendent and the town manager on.
John, I just only thanks to the committee for all the work that's now finally, I think, coming to fruition. And I think we're going to have a spectacular school. And it looks like all the last minute items will be worked out either last minute or maybe a few more minutes, but all looks good. So I appreciate everybody's effort.
Thank you. Mr. Swenson, Superintendent Swenson, do you have any remarks, or you're just too happy?
I was having trouble getting on. Now I'm on, and I am happy.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So just to let folks know, spending quite a bit of time over at 500 South Street over the course of the last week or two, and I will tell you, it has definitely come along, and I cannot thank CHA and RDA and Bacon and all the industrial cleaners that have been over there. It's been outstanding, and our teachers were able to get in there today, and we walked every classroom, and there were smiles and tears and you know, just total appreciation and gratitude for everything that folks on this committee have done, and the towns of people of Bridgewater and everyone that's worked to get this project done. So thank you to all of you. I know one of those people today was Mrs. Oman, who I got to spend some time with, and she was ecstatic as well. So it's been a crazy couple of weeks, but really it's all coming together, and today was great. I loved being over there today. So thank you.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it myself. I haven't been by yet. All right, item 6. I'm sorry, item 4. No, item 5. Approval of previous meeting minutes.
Motion to approve the school building committee meeting minutes from August 8th, 2022.
Second, March.
All right, we'll take the roll.
John.
I'm going to abstain because I was not in attendance.
Michael. I think you're muted, Michael.
I was. I apologize. Thanks, Josh. Aye.
Lil.
Aye.
Matt.
Yes.
Michael Osh.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes.
Harsh.
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion was approved.
All right, thank you. Okay, item 6, OPM update.
So I'm not sure if RDA can go first because I know he's got a 7 o'clock meeting. So is that okay?
Yeah, somebody has to make a motion to take it out of order, I think. Mike Dolan's my conscience on those things.
Yeah, motion to take item 7 out of order.
Lil, second.
All right, all in favor? I guess we have to do the roll though, right? So
we do, yes.
Yep.
Right, John,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Lil,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Michael Loesch,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Mark, Harsh,
Yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion was approved.
Thank you. Okay, item 7, designer update.
Awesome, great. Hey, everyone. I maybe it came through in my memo, but when I was walking through last week, it just blew me away. Just like it's blowing the teachers away and everyone else. So I know Melissa always has some photographs to show, but I mean, Alyssa, I'm sorry. But I'm just gonna run through a few after I go through the change order. But the other thing that I wanted to say, and I want to reiterate because it was sincere, and I think Derek and Mike Dutton touched on it. You guys have done a really good job. Every time we came to you with like, hey, we need a change order for this, or we need to do something, you guys haven't, diddled around with it. You've just said, yep, okay, we're going to do it. And, it really was important. You kept everything moving. And it's a big part of why we're here tonight. So I just wanted to say that. So we have this change order. It's not a very big one. It's $35,892. You're still running about, I don't know, what did I say, 2% or something like that in change orders. But if you take out the unexpected site stuff like boulders or what we found on Wally Kruger Way, everything that we've added to the building, or there are a few oopses, it's all about 1.5%. And that, at this point, that's just pretty darn good. I did know, not just like, I don't know where we are with the asphalt requests that Bacon had, but that was kind of something. I just don't know where it's going to land. But the change order, the first item was $8,086. It was for a generator because Engrid couldn't get the electrical service in. So it was kind of, you had to do it. The big picture is not a huge amount. The next one is $7,498, which was something the plumbing inspector, I'll say demanded, because I think there are a couple different opinions about it. But from the rooftop units, they burn some gas and they have some exhaust, and instead of just having it shoot out to the side like typically happens on our jobs anyway, he wanted to have a flue that came up the side of the unit. And so Bacon got it installed, and it's about $7,500 for all the RTUs. Then there was I don't know if you remember, but there was a trouble getting a particular panel. It was an electrical panel. It was a supply chain issue. And John and GGD worked out a code compliant, but kind of a workaround until the final panel comes in, right?
It's still not in.
Still not in. So that extra work for systems was $18,354. And again, it's just kind of one of those, you had to do it to get the building opened. And, it's great that Bacon went ahead and did it. And then the last thing is there was $1,952 to change some of the marker boards and tack boards, because we had some of those big diffusers for the ventilation system that were in the wall, and we didn't, I don't know, we had like marker boards, tack boards, and didn't really figure out that some of them were going to be in front of these diffusers. So we had to change some of the marker boards and tack boards in the hallways. So that's it. It's four items, and it's $35,892.45. And I just realized I'm not sharing my screen, but I don't know, Alyssa, if you're looking for that to be kind of approve now before we disappear, or you take it up later, or John, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's another item on the agenda, so we can just
Okay,
wait till we get to that one
okay.
for the
So,
vote.
Do you want to discuss it at all?
I mean, are there any questions on it? Or,
I don't have any questions.
John, I don't have any questions either, but it might be worth moving item 8 up as well. While Gene and John can both be here. Just a suggestion.
I was just gonna say the same thing, Mike.
Okay, so
So I'll make a motion to take item 8 out of order at this time.
Pat, second.
all right, we'll do the roll.
John,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Lil,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Michael Loesch,
Yes.
thank you. Patrick,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Harsh,
yes,
Joe.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion was approved.
All right, so moving on to item 8, approval of bacon change order number 17. Gene just recapped it in the in the designer update. So are there any questions or any further discussion? Let's see, the
Motion to approve Bacon's change order number 17 in the amount of $35,892.45. Lil.
Matt Rushton, second that.
all right, any discussion? All right, let's take the roll.
John,
Yes.
Michael.
You know, after 3 years of doing this, you'd think I'd learn. Yes.
Lil,
Yes.
Matt,
Yes.
Michael Loesch,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
Mark,
Yes.
Harsh,
yes.
Joe.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion was approved.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, so we are going to go back to
Oh, you
agenda
want to see
item-
some, want to see some pictures or no?
Oh, sure,
Can you see my screen?
we can.
All right. So that I can't help it. I'm sorry. So this was as of last Friday afternoon, and this is in the pre-K wing down on the first floor. There's a floor opening, and then up on the second floor is I can't remember if it's first or second. I think it's first grade. So anyway, but remember we had those each grade level has its own color. So this is blue, and we had leaf patterns that we cut into the rubber flooring. So it all worked out really well. When you see typically at these skylights, I don't know if you remember, but we have this wood trim or paneling that's acoustic in nature, but also decorative. And it's going to come up all these unfinished areas where there's no paint on the wall. So it's going to start here and it's going to make its way all the way up to the skylight. And some of that will be in before the school opens, but a lot of that's going to happen. And Alyssa, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of it's going to happen after hours. I think all the materials on site, but it's, you know, going to have to be installed after hours.
That's correct.
So this is, if you're in the pre-K and you're looking across the lobby, right? And we changed the floor pattern in the lobby. I don't know if you remember, we used to have the big circles. I think this is actually fabulous with all the different colors in it. It's all terrazzo, right? So it's going to last forever. Tons of natural light. This is the underside of the bridge that spans between the two wings on the second floor. And I don't know if you remember that, but these blank walls up here will also have some of that wood trim. And then where there's an opening here, that's going to be a wood display case. So I don't know how much of this is going in this week or is going to be after hours, but none of it's, you know, life safety related, and obviously not keeping people out of the building. If you're looking over here, you know, this is the way you'd go into the kindergarten wing or down to the cafeteria. This just happens to be another view of the bridge. And again, all these blank walls here, and there'll be fins coming off some of these. So this space, as great as it looks, is gonna be even a little more interesting when it's all finished. So if you'd come in those doors I pointed and you went down this hallway, you'd be in the kindergarten wing, and the color of the kindergarten is yellow. And you can see that we have a number of these vision panels, so you can look down into the gymnasium. But this is one of the light wells. And so there's a lot of natural light that's coming into the gymnasium through these windows as well. So when you're in that gym, it's really nicely balanced light. It's not all windows on one side with a lot of glare and dark on the other side. This happens to be the stair going down to the cafetorium and the gym. And you can see some more of the leaves that kind of fall down through this floor opening. All the railings are stainless steel. And we put lower railings because of the age of the children. And I will just keep going. So this is one of the extended learning spaces. We've gone a little further into the kindergarten wing. And so there's a marker board. It does seem, you know, like it's low, but there's a interactive, or there's a monitor up here, you know. So this is for kids getting pulled out of the classrooms to do projects out in the hallway. And obviously they're little kids, so the height of the marker board actually works out pretty well. These are all light fixtures, obviously, but they don't have the domes on them. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that some of these were damaged and they're on back order. So they still work, but eventually they're going to look like nice round light fixtures. This is one of those, what they call lay lights. So there's a floor opening, and again, this unfinished area here is where that wood trim is going to come up through the building. And right here, you can see that there's acoustic bats that are behind it. So the wood has gaps in it, kind of like this ceiling. And this acoustic material is going to help mitigate sound, as you know, as we have all these floor openings and the corridor. And then this lay light is where, you know, we're going to have those stainless steel railings that you approved a couple of meetings ago. So this is what we were trying to achieve the whole time. Break up this long corridor and not just have it be long and dark like it was at the old Mitchell, but, you know, have these pools of natural light that are coming down through the building from the skylight. And you can see, you know, you're in the yellow kindergarten corridor. You'll see the wood paneling going up all the way up to the skylight. You'll be able to look, you can see perfectly down into the gymnasium. And this is where you guys approved that we put motorized shades. So when you're having an assembly and using a projector, you know, obviously you can control the light. So that is kind of that. This is looking down into the gym. There's a band of acoustic panels around. Obviously all the backboards are adjustable height, and they all electronically move up and down. They have not done the trim around the proscenium yet. And again, I'm not quite sure what the schedule is going to be for that. but there are classrooms above. So we've got bad insulation, we've got acoustic ceiling, and our acoustic engineer worked with us to make sure that the noise from the gym won't interfere with the classrooms above. Just walking down the hallway again, you can just see how nice the light is inside the gymnasium. And if you're in one of these floor openings, you know, you're looking up to the floor above, and that's the second grade, and that's a green corridor. So I don't know if you remember, but we spent a lot of time trying to give each grade level its own unique color, its own kind of atmosphere. Just another shot. Oh, so here you can see like those round lights. I think that's what's going where we had the damaged fixtures. I didn't take a lot of shots of classrooms, but I did. This is one of the kindergarten rooms, and you can see that we have the cubbies inside the room. In grades 1 and 2, we have lockers out in the corridor, but pre-K and K, we brought the cubbies inside. We have, you know, great furniture, just nice bright colors. We again are capturing some natural light because this is that area out in the hallway where we have the floor openings. So, you know, even kind of going into this room, you're in a pool of natural light here as you head out toward the exterior windows. I guess you can tell I'm kind of fixated on these spaces, but this is, you know, all this unfinished drywall is where we're going to have the wood trim coming down, 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 and then it's going to go through the lay lights, and it's going to go down to the very bottom floor where the gym and cafeteria is. This is looking from the kindergarten corridor. So we're at the upper level of the cafetorium, and there's, you know, whole bunch of supplies in here, right? With the bacons, you know, still yet to install. But you can see we brought all the colors from the various wings into the floor pattern. This is the proscenium opening for obviously facing the cafeteria, and it'll have some 3 risers that go up. So you can see just a little bit of the stage here. We set the stage up so it too has some windows, and this is all marker boards, so it can be used as a teaching space. And again, all this drywall here and all of it over here is going to have this vertical wood trim on it with the acoustic bats behind it. This is some of the colored wood that's going to go into the cafeteria in a kind of a random pattern all the way around the perimeter. And I guess that's, yeah, I think that's, oh, I got a few more. Sorry. So this is the bay in the library. The library is all this whole area, but it does have this one bay. And the learning deck is kind of back in there. Down in here is a pre-K playground. This is in the first grade wing, which is purple. And this is where we have lockers in the corridor, and you approved us putting some glass up on top of this so that if something's left on top, it wouldn't fall down this opening. One of the extended learning spaces outside 2 of the classrooms in that wing. So it starts to get a little repetitive, but I think you're going to end up having a great space. This happens to be the inside of the library, and that's that 3-sided bay that I just shown you from the outside. And there'll be, I don't know if you remember, but there's like kind of an artificial tree in here, and there'll be little risers for story time. This, where this column is, and this soffit running this way, this is a folding partition. So when the whole thing is opened, this is a computer lab. or you can close the partition and just keep the computer lab as its own classroom, and obviously the media center is its own space also. This is a typical teaching wall where we have marker boards, and in the middle here, we're going to have that interactive video panel. Another shot of the library. It too has its own teaching wall. That's the outside learning deck. This is where we have started to paint the different mechanical, electrical systems, different colors. You know, we haven't gotten to all the different systems yet, but it looks a heck of a lot better than when it was all white. So this again is the maker lab. John's just whispering that it's all painted now. This is the art storage room, and you open up these doors and there's big display cases. So you can load these display cases in from the back. There'll obviously be glass on this side. And when you're going down this hallway, you'll be able to look and see student art. I think I have a picture of it somewhere. Student art being displayed. But you know, even from the second floor here, you can look down into the gym, and it's just flooded with natural light. This is the extended learning space. There's a big long one up on the second floor. Oh, there's the display cases. So when these are all trimmed out, this will be a big piece of glass, and whatever 3D ceramics, paintings, whatever the art teachers want to display, you know, you'll look across the opening and you'll be able to see them. So as I said, I think it starts to get a little repetitive, so I'll probably just click off, but I just wanted to give you guys a feel for what everyone was so excited about today. With that, I will be quiet, and I might have to sign off.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. So thank you for letting me share.
Is that it, Gene, for the anything you wanted?
Yeah, that's it. We just like I say, I walked through there Friday and I was just blown away. So I just wanted to share stuff with you. Otherwise, I have to kind of hit the road unless anyone has any questions.
Gene, this is Lisa. Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
I absolutely love my classroom. I mean, it is beyond. A couple of the teachers have doors going out in their classroom onto a roof.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I just didn't know what that was about. They were concerned or were curious.
Yeah. So because there's so many kind of low roofs, I'll call them, we wanted to give the facilities people a way to get out onto them. But you can't access them except with a key. Like there's a door handle on it, but you're never able to turn it without turning the key, Lisa.
Okay, thank you very much.
So,
all right.
That's our report. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. We're going to move on to the OPM update, item 6 that we took out of order.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah, just your
Presentation.
desktop.
Oh, sorry. I have 2 screens up, so try that again. There we go. Can you see it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. All righty. So just run through some of the updates of this past month or so. So we're on schedule to open for school next week. We're continuing with some finishes in the building, some final painting and touch-ups. We mentioned the Rulon panel installation is ongoing. That's all night work from now on. So you'll continue to see that change over the next few weeks or so. Lighting fixtures and devices are completed. Final paving took place today at the main drive of the site. So that is going to get striped this weekend on Saturday. The elevator and fire alarm have both been tested and accepted. We continue to test and balance through the building. Our commissioning agent, who was hired through the MSBA, has begun their functional testing. So that's just checking the design and making sure that it's working as it should. We're continuing with our installation of the phone systems. The interactive panels will be going in this week, and computers are starting to be installed this week as well. We're continuing owner training for mechanical, electrical, security, and lighting. So all of that training is also upcoming. And then the move has also been completed for pre-K through 2 into the new Mitchell, and then the 6th through 8th grade to BMS has been completed as well. So just continuing with our usual meetings. Been meeting with the furniture consultant, having a couple IT meetings, and then we continue to have our commissioning meetings. Last Thursday, we had a great meeting with the group of inspectors for the town of Bridgewater. We came up with a list of things that will be addressed for the TCO sign-off. So we're working towards that list, and this week we'll have them mostly wrapped up. So we'll be in great shape for the opening. So just a few pictures that I took this week. Of the main entrance, that lettering has gone in. The main lobby with all those light fixtures and the bridge. We have the classroom furniture. Those are the individual desks for the 2nd grade. And then the conference room and the admin area. This is the 2nd floor, so that green accent color and all the lockers. This is how the lockers will look once finished with the Corian top and sides. And then some of the light fixtures that look really cool in the cafeteria. And then those window shades. So the gym floor has been installed. We began sanding today. So they'll finish and stripe it this week. And then those student lockers throughout the 2nd floor. So just quickly going through some of these items. The shade structures were installed last week at the playground. They're finishing up that wood deck outside, so they have an outdoor classroom learning space outside on the playground. So that's coming along. Continuing those locker surrounds with the Corian, and then they wrapped up much of the casework and millwork last week. So they're just continuing like interior caulking, and the sidewalk caulking was completed over the weekend. Continuing like miscellaneous windows, so putting in base and thresholds and things like that. They finalized the lighting in both the Meteor Center and the corridors. So they're finalizing that programming as well, and installed all the under-counter lighting. So they're finalizing the programming for the security this week. They made the RTU gas connection last week, so that's been accepted. And then just continuing that HVAC testing and balancing. So that'll be ongoing for a few weeks, just making sure everything works as it should, and then continuing to program that BMS system. Continuing the grout of miscellaneous tile, and then finalizing that tile at the skylights. Rubber base is nearly completed, and then that gym floor should be completed this week. Last week, the walk-off mats were installed. It's that red carpet in the vestibules, and then just continuing that finish paint and any punch list painting as well. We're continuing those Rulon panels. So as of this week, it's after hours work. So they'll be in the building at night, cleaning up after themselves and continuing to work for the next few weeks. Last week, we started the kitchen hood, and then we had the ANSEL test last week, which was approved. Today, we finished the balance of the paving. And then we regrade and rebuild the intersection at 500 South Street entrance. So that's all set. That was contract work. And then continuing that stone dust surfacing through Central Nurseries. And then we'll be having that play and pour surfacing at the playgrounds this week. And then continuing to, again, rough clean and final clean for the start of school. Does anyone have any questions on some of the working items that are going on? All right. So I'll just jump into some of the things that we discussed will be post-occupancy work. So our wall pads were ordered. It was a custom order, and those have been expedited. So we're expecting those soon. We haven't got an exact delivery date out of Bacon yet, but we're tracking that. And then the operable partitions, again, that original vendor we had went out of business. So those are some of the areas you saw, like the media center and the gym area. So solar flashing light, so that had a long lead time item. So we're waiting for that to come in. We had circulation desk in the library. So those are those rolling carts. Those are coming in September. We had a replacement frame and door that's shipping in December. But again, that doesn't have any bearing on safety or security. The door still very much works and will be usable. We had the wood ceiling beams at the media center, and then the box beams at the lobby, and then pavement markings at the playground, the railings at the interior walls, and then again the Rulon panels, which are going to be night work for several weeks. So those are some of the post-occupancy items that we're looking at. Again, most of these are purely aesthetics. And then we're still tracking some of the PCOs that are coming up, potential change orders. As we just finished the final paving today, we hope to see this change order wrapped up fairly shortly. Again, these are some of the other things that what they were proposing that I haven't yet seen. I did reject the elevator use. I didn't feel that we own that. So they haven't fought me on that yet, but I didn't feel personally that I wanted to recommend that for approval.
Melissa, why would there be a charge for that? Like,
so,
what would be an added cost to them?
So when we bought out our furniture installation package back in January, we were under the assumption that since the project was supposed to be done by July 8th, we would have the elevator up and running by the time that furniture came in mid to late July, and that we would be completed and done. So we didn't own, the furniture installer didn't own carrying up boxes and materials up and down the stairs to the first and second floors. So we had to get an elevator operator because our elevator was not yet inspected yet by the time we were delivering furniture, and they were actually still finishing up working items on that elevator. Part of that was due to permanent power, and part of that was due to the elevator not being finished. So when we put out our furniture package, we had to have an elevator available for that contract, and we did not. So
Okay.
that's what that PCO was for.
Thank you. The last one, I don't know if you were going to go through each one, but the last one, when I see repair, can you explain that one? I know it's not a lot of money, but again, why would we?
I'm actually not sure about this one. I'll have to check on that one. So none of these have been presented to me yet, other than the elevator one.
Okay.
So I'm like, again, the MISC painting changes. I'm not sure what areas we would be paying for that. So when these come to me, we will vet them. We'll make sure the pricing adds up and that it's approved. Similar to the last round where the generator use, I did feel like we owed that, but they didn't charge us for the fuel. They didn't charge us for overhead profit. So certain things like that where, we're making sure that the pricing is right. So we'll vet each and every one of these before it gets presented officially. So yeah, we'll look for a recommendation for some of these items probably between now and the next meeting. All right, so schedule and milestones. I mean, I can probably jump down to the first day of, or actually the public tour, which is happening September 1st from 5 to 8. So that's this Thursday. The first day of school, which is Wednesday, September 7th. And then the ribbon cutting, that's invitation only, and that's going to be Saturday, September 10th. So those are some of the milestones that we are tracking still. So the next building committee meeting, we're planning for September 12th, and then the next one after that, October 17th.
74th meeting.
We couldn't do the Monday before because it was a holiday. All right, so just continuing to check what's hit the budget on the ProPay. Hasn't changed much since the last update 2 weeks ago. So this is pretty much the same. Just continuing to track that contingency, obviously. We're in good shape. And then just continuing with our ProPays. Did anyone have any comment or discussion on any of these items?
Listen, I'd just like to comment to the town of Bridgewater and really thank the Division of Inspections, the building commissioner, fire, electrical, and plumbing. They really worked with the district and ourselves to ensure that the building was safe for the occupants. And you know, it didn't matter how many times they needed to come back. They came out every time and were very good about working with us through this whole transition. And it was a difficult time because there were a lot of issues related to material deliveries and getting the work done. And I just want to thank the town for doing so. I mean, it meant a lot to the district as well as working with the general contractor and us.
Yeah, that's great. All right, any other items for the OPM update?
Not at this time.
Any questions? All right, thanks, Alyssa and team. Yeah, that's great. The next update will be telling us how great everything went. All right, so let's see. We already did item 7, 8. We're on to item 9, report of the communication group.
Yep, thanks, John. As Alyssa mentioned, the public tour is this Thursday from 5 to 8. Thanks to the committee members who are volunteered to assist with tours. A reminder to those committee members who are able to help, please arrive early, as mentioned in the email you received today. BTV has been notified of the public tour and they're working on getting a crew there. A slide has been added to the BTV slideshow, if you would. I don't know what else to call it. And it has been posted all over Facebook and on our project website. And special signage for inside the building has been created and is on hand for that. And then, as Alyssa said, the ribbon cutting is invitation only. Invites went out on August 13th. The program is set and printed. We have the ribbon and the giant 2 pair of scissors in hand for the official cutting. Again, more signage. Senator Pacheco, Senator Timilty, Representative D'Amelia have all accepted and are attending. We've invited the town council, the school committee, and the town clerk as well. Many of those folks have indicated they will be attending. We're still waiting for about 38 other invitations. We did some follow-up this afternoon to some folks, and light refreshments will be served after the ceremony. That is why we are in need of an RSVP from folks. And I think that concludes my report. Lil, did I miss anything? Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Item 10, next meeting. That was
September 12th.
September 12th. Thank you. Item 11, new business. Does anybody have any new business? All right, seeing none, we're going to move to item 12, public comment.
John, this is Lisa. Can I speak for public comment?
Sure.
I just want to say when I got there today, it's just unbelievable. It is absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, walking in that lobby, so impressive and welcoming. It's like the whole landscaping and everything is just really beautiful. And the classrooms are really beautiful. The storage is great. The lighting is really, really nice, having all that natural light. And it was a great day. So I just wanted to thank everybody for thinking of us. And I can't wait for the kids to come. They're going to be over the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, for me, that's saying a lot because you were involved in the process quite heavily, right? And for you to be blown away or really taken aback, I'm sure it's going to be great. I mean, I'm partly disappointed that I didn't see it bit by bit along the way. But on the other hand, I get to just see it in its near finished form. I'm very looking forward to it. Anybody else? I'm just trying to look. All right, well, you know, the next item's adjourned. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody and reiterate my anticipation for getting out there Thursday and enjoying the opening, the first look, I guess, with everybody, you know, for the public. That'll be great. All right. I guess if that's it, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. This is Mike Dolan. Sorry, Mike Loesch.
Second, Mike Loesch.
All right, we'll take the roll.
John?
Yes.
Michael?
Yes.
Lil?
Yes.
Michael Loesch?
Yes.
Patrick?
Yes.
Harsh?
Yes.
Joe?
Yes.
Thank you. The motion was approved. The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Josh.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.